G'day everybody, welcome back to Vlogmas, and it's day 18. Wow, every time each day goes past I'm still amazed at how quick this month has gone. To be fair, I mean the whole entire year has just absolutely flown by. So I'm going to do a little bit of something different for you guys today. I thought I would do a little bit of a show and tell about some of the sewing things that I've got that helps me along my sewing journey. You know, some of the tools that I've got and bits and pieces. Now, some of them I will show now, and others I have taken some stills and they will appear at the end of the vlog. So if this is something that you're going to be interested in, then please stay tuned in, and I will talk through what I've got. Just quickly, sorry about the shadow behind me. Yes, feels like a story of my life. There's always seems to be a shadow following me around. Anyway, yeah, the light is just not great. It's a really dull day today, so this is kind of the brightest area that I could film in. Okay guys, so first up is my loop turner. I've had that a little while now. I have only used it a couple of times, and to be fair, I don't know, I'm doing something wrong. Maybe my loops at the time were just too skinny, so the little hook on the end just kept slipping out of the fabric. But you know, I've got it and it's there to use if I so wish. But most of the time, if I make sort of little straps or something, I tend to be able to sort of pull the fabric through sort of with my fingers, or maybe, I know it's wrong, I know, shout at me, but you know, long bladed scissors, so always works for me. But I have this if I need it. Now the other little thing, you may have seen this little purse before, and it's quite deep, and this is, I just toss in just like all the itty bitty things. So I'll give you a little sneaky peek if I can see all the little bits and pieces in there. So I start off, so there's a fabric marker, and I got another one there, this one. And this particular one, you can iron that one out. I think it was Nadine in the comments asked which pins, so those ones, they come in different colours, but these are the two that I've got in here to show you guys right now. I have a spare pack of sewing machine needles. Then I have my, look how cute he is, my little snail. And then if you push that button, no sorry, that button, you should go, there he goes. So that's him. And just some sort of tacking thread. I rarely tack, to be honest. What else have I got in here? Oh, another measure. This is a metal one, so sort of a vintage. I got that a bunch of time ago when I was thrifting. Spare little snips, and these, if you can see, ever so slightly have a curve. And a spare quick unpick. Getting a bit blunt now, to be honest. I shouldn't say that, should I, actually, because that just shows that it gets used a lot. Oh, what else is in there? Oh, a little metal bobbin. I think that was kind of just left in there because I don't think that particular one fits on my Frister Rossmann machine. Yeah, so that's pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much it in that. So all the little pieces just get tossed in there, and then this goes in my bigger sewing bag. I will show you that. It's a bag that I made out of some fun fabric, and you know, patterns will go in there, the cables for the sewing machine, you know, all the fabrics, the scissors, everything. So it's quite a big bag, and obviously you just throw everything in. Yeah, if you're going to catch up, going to sewing classes, or, you know, hanging out with sewing buddies, you know, it's a great size bag, kind of just to toss everything in. So that's what I will show you next. Okay, I hope this will sort of fit in shot. So this is my sewing bag that I made quite a while ago, and the fabric is a Clark and Clark fabric. I really like this. There was a different colourway. There is a lot of pink on this. I don't like pink, however I will make exceptions if there is fabric that I really like the design of and there is a little bit of pink in there, but it's not a colour that I am drawn to. So in here I have a spiral bound book. I have, oh, funny enough, this body shirt is the shirt that I originally quick unpicked and uses sort of a template before I altered just a few. So when you see the quite fitted sort of vintage style shirts that are quite nipped in, this is the original shirt, and yeah, it's still in there. It kind of gets, you know, put in there, taken out, so a good couple of years. Obviously the bag and the, you know, some of the contents do get, you know, thrown in the laundry. This is my Mr. Rossman little instruction book, which I always keep in the bag. And you would have thought that the box that has gone walkabout with my sewing feet in would have perhaps gone in there. I don't know, because obviously I always keep the two together. But as you know, the recent story with the little plastic box that the sewing machine came with all the little tools and spare bits and pieces, I have no idea where it's gone. It still hasn't turned up. So yeah, I am a little bit disappointed, because there are actual sewing machine feet in that box apart from the plastic buttonhole feet. Yeah, so, but anyway, I have this, so, you know, but I'm also getting used to doing buttonholes freehand now, as you have seen. Yeah, I've just got a few projects that I never really have finished. I must get round to finishing them. So all in all, this is a really good bag. And in the inside, I use this really happy 100% cotton yellow fabric. And on one side, inside, I have put, try and open it so you can see. There you go, pocket, and it's just one large side pocket there, just to throw in any little bits and pieces. So yeah, great bag, and has seen me through lots of journeys. If I could add up the miles that bag has gone through, yeah, quite a lot, guys. Okay, so the next little item that I'm going to show you, well, not that little, is some wicker baskets. I love wicker baskets, and sometimes if I find some old ones when I'm thrifting, or go out to sort of trunk sales or garage sales, or wherever that you can sort of thrift things like this, yeah, I will do them up, fix them where possible, and maybe repaint a few. But this one is just a standard one. It came in a nest of 3. This is the smallest size, and what I have done, I have tossed in, you can see, all my bias bindings, so the satin ones, the cotton ones, and recently I have made these really cute little pin cushions. So here's a pin cushion, and this little guy, he's a pin cushion, but he's heavy, so he can double up as a paperweight or a pattern weight. Yeah, so actually some of you guys might recognise those, but I'm not going to say anything. So yeah, so everything just gets tossed in there, and it's really pleasing to the eye, and it's great because obviously it has the little handles there. So yeah, it just sits sort of in the area where my fabric stash is. Okay, so I will show you the next item. Okay, so this is another cute tiny little basket there, as you can see, and in there I just keep all my little needle what do you call it, needle packets. You know, they're hard plastic, so there's a bit of shine on there. Yeah, so all different needles, jeans, regular, ballpoint. So yeah, they're all in there. And also, I have never used these guys. Hang on, just bear with me, it's a bit buried. But these like Wonder Clip thingies, they came free a whole bunch of time ago in a sewing magazine. But they're in there. Whoop! So was those needles. Oh, they didn't want to be in there, did they? So they wanted to go walk about as well. So, right, I will show you the next item. Right, this, to start with, does not look very attractive. I have yet to make it really pretty. But I keep my scissors and, yes, a little hammer in a can. So, quite self-explanatory. But that will get covered with plastic. So I will talk about the contents. So I have my regular cutting out fabric scissors here. I don't think they have, no, they haven't a name, so they're not branded. I purchased these maybe about a year ago now. Yeah. And I have these. And you're thinking, why has she got those in the sewing kit? But you know what? They work fantastically. I have a whole bunch of tools. So, yeah, I used to do painting and decorating and everything many years ago when I used to do home styling. So, like when people used to list their houses, I would come in and, you know, help rearrange their house, you know, and make it look awesome. So, when it goes on the market to sell, it looks good. But, yes, they have come out of my kind of DIY toolkit and gone in my sewing DIY toolkit. But I have a whole bunch of tools. Yeah, so I know you probably think, oh yeah, girl, I don't care, I'm a tomboy. And you know what, if a job needs doing, you need the tools. So I pretty much have everything in my, what I call proper toolkit for, yeah, like handy girl instead of handy man. So yeah, anyway, then I have regular scissors for cutting out paper. So again, pretty straightforward. These are just cheap, that I just got from, you know, the stores that sell things for really, really low prices. So I got a few of those. Then I have the pinking shears. These were ordered on my behalf, again, quite a few years ago on one of the very well-known global selling sites. And they came, I think they came from China. So, yeah, they are really stiff, but quite heavy duty. But yeah, they're really, really good. So if you want to make the ends of fabric pretty, or, you know, before I had a serger, I would snip the raw edges to obviously make them look nice, but also to stop fraying. But I don't really use them very often now, so, but that's those. And I have, again, in my what I call proper toolkit, so I have a hammer. I use this for hammering in the buttons that you have seen. So like on the McCall's overalls, you know, to install those you need a hammer. This I just keep in my kit because it's a relatively mid to lightweight one. I have some really, really heavy duty claw hammers, but obviously that's all for woodwork and things like that. I was going to sort of incorporate some of my sewing in my woodwork sort of skills, but again, I'm not going to talk about that too much because that might be something that's up and coming for next year. Okay, I will show you the next pieces. These were the other scissors actually. They were not in a can, so they don't get used very often, but these have been sort of going around for many years, and you've got that little sort of wisp bit on the end there. Okay, I have the little pack of pins, and these are really awesome. As I've shown you guys before, I use these. So if you have fabric that you just absolutely cannot figure out what side is the right side, then I use these pins to put on the side that I think is the right side, or even if it isn't the right side, so then not to get confused with right sides and wrong sides. So yeah, I mean, it's great to mark things, but sometimes they rub off chalk, and you know, or if you accidentally use the iron-on erasable pen and forget, so there's no way that these guys will fall off. And again, I like these sizes, so they're not too big. Then I have these really good office clips. I don't know if they have a proper name or not, and they are really quite stiff, so again, for hanging fabric or some little notes and things, and then I can put them on like a quick hanging board or whatever. Yeah, they come in really well. So this, it has all my little itty bitty, if I try and move it, I bought this recently. It's just a cute little dish, and it's got a little hedgehog, and I just put the tiniest bits of leftover fabric pieces. Yeah, so then I have a pin cushion. I have quite a few pin cushions that I've made, but this one I've had quite a long time, so then that's self-explanatory. Obviously you can recognise the needle, but I've just recently pushed that in there. That does live somewhere else. So again, yeah, you can see the little Scotty dog fabric that I used. Yeah, and again, that is great if I'm sort of out. That just gets tossed in the sewing bag. You may or may not have seen these. These might have been on my egg actually. Hen weights. So again, quite self-explanatory. So he's squishy there, and then as you can hear, there are sort of semi-medium sized, I don't know what you'd say, little stones that I put in the bottom to weight him down. But again, he will double up as a pin cushion. But it was just like, oh, I don't want to stab him with pins. So yeah, I know, I'm shut to pieces, guys. So I have a few of these. So yeah, take sort of a pecking order. Yeah, all different. Oh yeah, I got a green one over there. Yeah, so do you reckon he's got chicken pox with his spots? What do you think, guys? And also maybe I should put some eyes on him, because he's currently blind, isn't he, at the moment. So yeah, he just sort of sits there sort of collecting dust, really. I don't really use him very often, you know, unless it's, yeah, for holding down paper primarily. So that's him. Oh, my other little snips that I use all the time. So you guys would have seen these. They are really adorable. I think every sewist has a pair of these. And a recent addition, when I went to the sewing meetup a few months ago, the lovely Gemma from A Girl So Geeky, she put these in my little goodie bag. So you can never have enough little pairs of snips. Also recently, what I have been doing, instead of sort of using the stones to weight things down, I came across these. Now they have got quite a bit of weight to them, so I keep them just in a little bag. I've only got 3 left. I did have quite a few more, but again, they have gone into the little diddy hen pattern weights. Yes, sorry, my brain's not in gear. So some of you, yeah, some of you may have something coming in the mail. You never know. Yeah, they are really, really awesome. And again, they've got quite a smooth edge, so there's no sharpness. So they are really fantastic for weights. Oh, and also my other quick unpick. So a lot more sharper, that one. Yeah, so that's that. Also, I have a wooden board. And again, this is quite self-explanatory. So the spools of thread would go on there. I made this a while ago. I also bought the dowel and cut them down to size, drilled all the holes out and glued them all in. And sorry, I just put off then, heard scratching. No, it's the rabbit trying to get in the room. I need to fill all this up with all of these. So I have used it, it's just at the moment another little basket. So I have tossed some of my threads in here. I know it's not ideal, but it is what it is at the moment. So until I can find, because I think I said in one of my other videos that I have shifted around sort of my sewing space area. So at the moment this can't be hung up really anywhere. So yeah, so that's why some of the threads have been tossed in there. But again, it's a lovely basket. Really, really like that. It's sort of, you know, always a bit vintagey. Right, so these are my bigger hen weights, and I do use these guys. I have made them all. So again, self-explanatory. So they're just little squares, and then obviously when you come to his butt, you fold it down the opposite way so it creates the triangle. So I have a few of those. I am going to make a few more because they're just really cute, and you can just, you know, toss them onto the pattern pieces and away you go. So yeah, also I have this cute little purse. It does have a tail, and in there I keep my tape measure. So I just a regular tape measure, inches one side and then centimeters the other side. I am trying to think of the name. This does have a name. I think it's Radley. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen all those beautiful works where, I don't know, little animals are sort of cut out and created on the bags and things. But I just saw that little guy and I thought he was really, really cute. So that's him. Right, what else? Okay, so I have a smaller but much larger hammer, and that comes in really handy. And because it's small, it's really good just sort of to carry about. You never know when it's needed. Not that I'm dropping any hints or anything. This is a recent purchase, so it just holds, get the line out of the way, all these bobbin spools. Again, I haven't really used it, so you know there's only a few in there at the moment, but already the little one of the little plastic hooks on the back is broken. So but what do you expect, it's just plastic. So also I have these little clips here. I won't touch the bag too much because I don't like crackling. Yeah, and again these were for making, you know, the little spectacles cases, and these, if you push them they sort of open, but then you let go and they zap closed. So yeah, I've got a few of those. Okay, so in this little plastic tub here, as you can see, I have a few different pieces of things. So again, self-explanatory, just the spools for winding the thread to the bobbin. I have used my rotary cutter a couple of times. Yeah, I think it's just one of those things you've got to get used to. When I was using it, it was great to sort of go around and everything. But I don't know if I'm a scissors girl. I think I am. I think you get a little bit more precision with the scissors. However, that said, on, you know, really slippery fabrics, you know, the rotary cutter is really good. But then if you've got pieces that are really intricate, that round blade is not going to get right into the corners. And the other thing, oh, I don't know if you guys, you know, when people say, oh, what's your favourite sewing and what's the thing that you dislike about sewing? When I cut fabric, there's nothing more irritating, is there? Whether you use the rotary cutter or scissors, and you think you've, you know, cut the fabric perfectly, so you go and move what you've cut from the main fabric and you pull it up, and there's just like a strand of thread just caught. Oh, and there is nothing more annoying than that. Do you guys ever have that happen to you? Yeah, I do, and it at the moment it just seems to be a thing. Never really had that before, and then I don't know, you just don't quite cut that sort of last little thread, and you know, pull the thing gently. You know, you pull your pattern piece that you've cut out from the main fabric, and then it's just hanging on by a thread, and it's like, oh no. Anyway, enough of that. You know what I'm on about. So a little eyelet maker here. I have used that, but those, look at how tiny, teeny tiny. Yeah, as you can see, I haven't, it's been there for a while. Look, a little bit dusty there. And then I have just a regular stapler. So when I do the little memory boards on the back, I staple in the fabric to the wood, and then obviously pretty it up so you cannot see the staples. But that, again, you know, when I work with wood and everything, that is really good. But it has come into my sewing room, and it's been in my sort of sewing area for quite a few years now, and I just can't do without it. And again, you just pull the lever there, and then you refill with all the staples. So yeah, really good, handy size, and not that expensive. So, you know, I'm not really one of these girls that sort of goes with brands and things. You know, I have quite often had the cheaper options, again because the affordability, and I am on a budget. And you know what, they can do the job as well, if not better. So I am not going to pay money for a name. Yeah, so that's pretty much, oh, these are the ones, see these guys here? These are the ones that you hammer in. So this is more sort of a bronzy colour button. I prefer silver. I like silver over gold, or silver over bronze. Yeah, so that's what is in that little plastic tub there. We are coming to the end. I'm not going to show you and bore you with everything that I have, but this I just have to show you. These are vintage glass jars that I have collected over the years, and I'm sure some of you guys will recognise these beautiful candy jars. I mean, you imagine like when you're small, or you know, maybe your parents or grandparents, when they went to the candy store and all these shelves were filled with these beautiful glass jars. So the contents are buttons, and that all came with that jar. And I have all different sizes, but I prefer the glass because of the the originality. That's the word I'm searching for. Yeah, aren't they lovely? And when they're all stacked up, they just look really pretty. Again, at the end, I have taken just one of the shelves, a still photograph, so you can see, I think there was about 4 or 5 just lined up. Now, this little tin that I got a while ago when I was thrifting. Look how cute the little cat is. That reminds you of a famous puddy cat, a Russian blue. And look at the shape of the tin. Isn't that awesome? And then that's just the back. Yeah, love it. So I keep my modern zippers in here. It's actually quite deceiving. It's like TARDIS. It's much bigger on the inside. And I have just got all my zippers in there. Again, you will see at the end my vintage zippers are kept in a vintage sewing box, so you will be able to see that. So I like to keep my modern and vintage zippers separately. Yeah, so that is that. I don't know if I'm going to add anything else. I have a few rulers. I was going to show you the grey one, but it was quite a long one, and unfortunately a few months ago it got broken in half, but instead of throwing it out I keep it. So, you know, I haven't stuck it back together, it's just used. So it's like one ruler became two. So yeah, so that's that, guys. So it is, what's the time? It is 12:42 p.m. Yeah, so I hope you have enjoyed what I have shown you guys. Yeah, so I might pick up the camera a little bit later on, and if there's anything else to think of that I will add, I will do so. Catch you later. Hey guys, I'm back. I can't help myself. This was the... Uh-oh, hang on. Okay, so this is the rather overflowing bits and pieces basket that I have a whole hunk of stuff in, all sewing related. So I have a little mini tape dispenser. I have these clips that you've seen before for the overalls. These are the silver looking buttons that I use to hammer in for the overalls that I've made. I've got this beautiful little sewing needle case, and again that was from the really lovely Gemma from A Girl So Geeky. A recent purchase was this tool maker. This is for snaps. I have... Uh-oh. Wow, I did have. Again, I think you've seen these. So they are... Yeah, they're semi sort of rigid. For, again, I don't want to say too much, it was for a dress that I was going to make, so the boning for that. Yes, I have some snips there, which I have sewn in for my teenage earthling when I made his shirts. That is just so much stuff in here. The original box for the little bird snips. I have some vintage little mini snaps there. Oh, I have like threads. Oh, I have the you've seen this anyway, I got that from Guthrie and Garney, the iron-on web, the hemming tape web. Yeah, so I have some spare fabric. Really love that fabric. Yeah, so I mean, a little embroidery hoop. So yeah, I have absolutely loads of just like stuff in here. I'm surprised it's just bursting at the seams. But yeah, it's kind of, it's like one of those drawers in your houses, isn't it? Like it's sort of the junk drawer. Everything kind of just gets put on there, in there. It's not junk, it's just, you know, we just call it the junk drawer. So this is just my basket, that the area that everything sort of just gets tossed into. So yeah, I think, you know, one day that would be much better sort of organised in a drawer, but right now it is just in another wicker basket. Okay guys, I see you a bit later on. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, sorry guys. One more thing to show you. I have the wooden 1 meter or 1 yard stick. Do you call it stick? Measure. Yeah. So there we go. Again, I thrifted this. I think it was at a vintage. What was it? A vintage. Oh, a vintage place. Yeah. So again, self-explanatory. Yeah, awesome. Really, really like this. So I always wanted one, and now I have one. I have had it a couple of years now. So right, that is it. I will see you later, guys. Okay, so I am back. It is 3:30 in the arvo, and don't know if you can hear that. A siren's just going past. I have finished my pants! Yay! So, I will just quickly run through these because ideally I want to put all my sort of mix videos kind of, you know, all in one. Yeah. Seriously, I don't have a brain today. It's just I've got to get the last of the Christmas cards and gifts sent out today. All the overseas ones have already been shipped a little bit later than I wanted to, but hopefully some of you guys will have some happy mail coming, and yeah, cards and everything. But yeah, because I'm currently just in the UK, I have just got to do the UK cards. Anyway, what the heck, I'm going off on a slight tangent there. I'm talking about my pants. Yay! So I have literally just installed my zipper, and I have a hook and bar. You see that okay? And yeah, there's not really much to tell, just the regular sort of pants style that I like. And to be fair, I don't know, when I was putting the pattern pieces on this fabric, it wasn't like I didn't stop to think, to realise that I should have actually pattern matched. I just didn't think. It was just, I put the pieces on the fabric and they kind of have pattern matched to a certain degree. Like, that's the back, so that's not too bad at all. It's just on the front. Uh-oh. Yeah, you can sort of see it's a little bit off, but not massively. And I mean, if I wear, you know, whatever, a t-shirt or a sweater, and it, because these are actually a little bit, I raised them up just a little bit to be higher waisted. Unless I wear something tucked in, you're not really going to notice that on something that's not tucked in. It will just cover that. And to be fair, I mean, really, people are going to be that picky? I don't know. But then, yeah, I know I should have paired and matched, and I should have thought of that. But I just wanted a quick make because I sort of not sewn for a little while. I just wanted to do something, you know, quick. And yeah, get me back into sewing, which is what it's done. So yeah, and I haven't hemmed the bottoms because it has that very slightly, see there, that sort of fringing. And I mean, from a distance, look, you are not going to notice that. And unless somebody is actually walking to my feet level, are they really going to notice? No. And because they're quite flary, if that's the right word to use, you know, kick flare, you're not going to notice. But seriously, this fabric, it was a polyester blend. Oh my god, guys, it was so lovely to stitch. It was like butter going through my machine. It was absolutely amazing. It was just gliding through. My machine absolutely adored me. Seriously, it was awesome. Yeah, but it's funny because when you feel this, it doesn't feel, well, it's not rough, but it's not like butter to sort of, you know, skin touch. But yeah, it glided through my machine, and it was so lovely to sew with. Yeah, so that's that. I did do French seams everywhere, so I'll just quickly show you that. I don't know if it's going to show up very well. Yeah. So anyway, you guys know what French seams look like. So the only thing that got serged is obviously the yoke and the inside yoke band. Obviously that's been tucked under now and stitched. So yeah, they came together really well, but it felt like forever. I mean, these pants probably would have been 2 or 3 hours at most from, you know, literally laying the pattern pieces down, cutting them out, stitching them up, but it's actually stretched over 3 days. Yeah, I primarily sort of put all the pants together and everything, you know, so cut it out, put the pants together on one day, and then the second day I put the waistband on, and then today I did the hook and bar and the zipper. So it feels like forever. I'm not going to insert any photographs today. It's just really, really miserable. It's pouring down with rain and it's really dark. So yeah, hopefully maybe Sunday or the following, whatever the Sunday falls on, that I get back into my regular show and tell makes. That's when I'm going to insert the photographs. Okay, so I'll catch you later. Evening guys, it's that time of evening again, so I am preparing dinner, and we have got steamed vegetables which consist of carrots, swede. My teenager slang has swede. I don't like swede. Yes, like you can see, getting hot and steamy in the kitchen with Anna. 1 second guys. Yes, so as I was saying, carrots, swede, got butternut squash, of course, got mushrooms for me, and these, do you know what these are? These are yummy. Cavolo Nero, yes, lots and lots of those. And cauliflower, did I say cauliflower? I don't know. Yes, and then my secret sauce that I make for the salmon, so I can't tell you guys what that is. Yeah, so nice and healthy. Yeah, I have hemmed my friend's work pants. I only did it on the sewing machine. It's not like they work in a corporate place, otherwise if they were I would have done them properly, but no, they just got stitched on the machine, so they're happy that they have been done, so that's one less thing. Yeah, I have found the tea that I want to quick unpick, and then obviously sort of trace out the patterns from the fabric pieces and make a few tweaks as I go along. So I may do that later after dinner, or who knows. Anyway, I think I may finish it here guys, so thank you for watching me today. If you have put up with my long sort of rambling saga of today and all the little bits and pieces what I have to help me sew. Yeah, so again, whatever you guys are doing, hope you're well and having a good time, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.